We're about to cross a pretty significant threshold. And I'm not just talking about another New Year's Eve party. This is about a rare, genuine opportunity for a reset. So today, I'm going to give you the playbook for 2026, not just to face it, but to absolutely master it. So get this. On January 1st, 2026, we hit a quiet but kind of profound milestone. The first quarter of the 21st century, it's going to be over. Done. A full 25% of this century will be in the rearview mirror. What does that really mean, though? Well, psychologically, it means a whole lot. This isn't just turning over a new calendar page. It's what researchers call a major temporal landmark. And that kicks off something called the fresh start effect. It's this powerful moment where our brains are basically wired to cut ties with our past selves and go all in on a new future. And 2026 gives us a double dose of that, making it a really rare window for a total reset. But look, to really take advantage of a fresh start, you have to understand the stage you're playing on, right? Success isn't just about pure willpower. It's about lining up your strategy with what's actually happening in the world. So let's break down the world of 2026. The big story that all this data tells is actually one of stability. Global GDP growth is looking steady, around 3.1%, and inflation is expected to keep cooling down. So what does that mean for you? It means a more predictable world to operate in, with financial conditions easing up a bit. It's a solid foundation to build on. Okay, so that's the big picture. But how does a stable economy actually translate to your job, to your professional life? Well, it shifts the whole game. The focus moves from just trying to survive a crazy market to actually thriving in a world that's being completely reshaped by technology. The real story of 2026 isn't the economy, it's AI. You know, the biggest career risk in 2026 isn't being replaced by AI, it's failing to achieve what we can call AI fluency. Because as AI takes over more of the routine stuff, the real value, the thing that gets you promoted, shifts to those uniquely human skills, using your judgment, your critical thinking, and your problem-solving skills to guide what the AI creates. The goal here is synergy, not replacement. And the year itself is just packed with this incredible collective energy. We've got major global events that act like rocket fuel for action. We've got humans returning to lunar orbit with Artemis II, the Winter Olympics, the World Cup in North America, and the 250th anniversary of the US. These are moments we all experience together, and you can absolutely ride that wave of momentum. All right, so we've set the global stage. Now, let's talk about the internal game. You know why traditional goal setting fails so often? It's because it's built on this shaky, unreliable thing called motivation. It's time for a system upgrade, a new mental model for making change actually stick. We've all been taught SMART goals, and they're fine for managing a project. But when it comes to changing your own behavior, the science points to a much more powerful framework. It's called WHOOP. See, SMART goals define the task, but WHOOP is designed to help you overcome the real enemy. That internal friction, the procrastination, the self-doubt that actually trips us up. And it's actually a really simple 4-step process. First, you figure out your wish and the best outcome. Easy enough. But here's where the magic happens. Step 3, you identify the main internal obstacle. What's that feeling or belief that always gets in your way? Then you create an if-then plan. Something like, if I feel too tired to work out, then I will immediately put on my running shoes and just walk for 5 minutes. See? It automates your response to the struggle. And believe me, it works. There was a study of medical residents, and the ones who used the WHOOP method spent nearly 3 times more time actively working on their goals compared to the people using old-school goal setting. 3 times. That is the power of planning for your own brain's resistance. Now, let's pair that with another powerhouse system, the 12-week year. This thing completely destroys what's called annualized thinking. You know, that trap where you think, oh, I've got 12 whole months to do this, which just leads to procrastinating until November. By treating every 12 weeks as a full year, you create this constant, healthy sense of urgency that actually gets things done. So, we have the mindset. Now, let's build out the toolkit. I'm going to give you a rapid-fire rundown of the essential upgrades for the most important parts of your life in 2026. For your career, AI fluency is so much more than just writing a simple prompt. It's about context engineering, giving the AI the deep, specific background it needs to create something truly unique. And it's about quality control, using their human expertise and taste to turn the AI's good enough output into something truly great. These are the skills that will make you indispensable. When it comes to wellness, the whole conversation is shifting from just short-term fitness to long-term resilience. So think less about hitting a number on the scale and more about building sustainable health systems, like preserving muscle for longevity and actively regulating your nervous system to manage stress. It's a proactive, systems-based approach to your health. And hey, don't forget to build your own story. In a world filled with so much digital noise, intentionally capturing the moments of your life is a powerful act. And these modern, super low friction methods like 1 second a day videos or voice journaling make it so easy to document your year. It ensures your life isn't just lived, but it's also understood. This quote right here, it just brings it all home, doesn't it? We've been playing the game all wrong. We try to rely on motivation, which is just a feeling. It comes and it goes. The real secret to success in 2026 and beyond is to stop banking on an emotion and start building a system. Okay, so let's put all these pieces together into a clear, actionable plan. How do you actually start your first 12-week sprint and make all this stuff a reality? The big mental shift you have to make is this. Move away from this idea of sweeping change that's driven by some big burst of inspiration. Instead, embrace systemic optimization, the process of building solid, repeatable systems that keep you going even on the days you don't feel motivated at all. And here's what that system actually looks like in practice. For 12 weeks, you just execute your plan. Each week, you use a simple scorecard to track whether you did what you said you were going to do, and you aim to hit over 85%. But here's the crucial part. Week 13 is for rest. You reflect, you celebrate, and you plan the next sprint. That cycle is what prevents burnout and makes this whole thing sustainable. So, the first quarter of the 21st century is over. The next one is just beginning. You now have the context, you have the mental models, and you have the tools. 2026 is so much more than just another year. It's a clean slate at a really pivotal moment in time. The only question left is, what are you going to write on it?